Hi everybody, welcome to the Independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator Hop, which will be uploaded on the 20th of each month. So far there's only 3 of us. It's run by me, it was my idea. And then it was opened up to my downlines, but I'm losing some of them sadly. But also one of them doesn't have a YouTube channel yet, and she's working on it, and so we hope to grow it, is what I'm trying to say. So I also opened it up to my immediate upline, Misty Blackburn's team, and right now it's only her. So it's Misty, myself, and Joanne, who is Happy Mail Stamper here on YouTube, and I will have the links to them down below. I did an announcement video. So, are you ready? This month we were supposed to do cards either winter or birthday, or I guess you could do a combination, and the requirement is to do 1 card, but you can do more if you want to. So yesterday was what day was yesterday? Tuesday. I'm filming this on Wednesday, videoing it, excuse me. And can you tell my voice sounds a little better? Or I gave it a rest last night and yesterday afternoon and last night actually, and it's doing better. I still get coughing fits. I may have to pause the video now and then, so we'll see. You won't see this till Sunday the 20th at 9 a.m. Eastern. But I did several cards, and I did 2 winter and 5 birthday. One of them is different than the other 4, and I don't know why I did so many. I just got on a roll yesterday doing laundry and making cards. So that's it, guys. Don't expect that from the others. Like I said, the requirement's only to do 1. People have busy lives, they work, and or have young children at home, you know, that kind of thing. I'm retired for all intensive purposes, and so I have a little more time to do some things like this. Okay, so anyway, yes, I'm busy, but I have a little more time than some, and I appreciate that greatly. So I'm going to pause you and put the camera down, and then I'll get into the cards. Okay. Okay, we're going to try it. Here we go. So my first card is this one. And I'm going to briefly tell you what I used on all of these. This is the Humming Along Cling stamp set. It's in the Occasions catalog. Actually, I got the bundle. There's framelits to go with it as well. And they're on page 36 in the Occasions catalog. I don't have the bundle number right here, but I'll put the numbers below. And I wanted to do, I had done a similar card a year ago for Mother's Day, like 2018, I think. It was bigger though. It was a bigger, longer card. I used Coastal Cabana for the background and Whisper White, which I just put inside here. These were stamped on Whisper White with Memento black ink, and then colored in with the Stampin' Blend markers. And I used Balmy Blue, both shades of Highland Heather, and both shades of Coastal Cabana on that one. And then Lovely Lipstick, and I think Mango Melody, light Mango Melody on the, whatever this little part is called, stamen of the flower. And then this background and this were part of the hummingbird framelits. Let me show you what's in there. I don't want to make this video real long. And honestly, I'm thinking of holding card classes soon where I'll make, you know, 4 or more cards, do a PDF with instructions and sizes and everything. Anyway, this is the part I used here. And this is the tag. This is an extra little leaf. And then these cut out the hummingbird and the flower that the stamps do. So that's the first set that I used. And then these little sequins here are also in the Occasions on page 35, and I used them in Highland Heather. And these sequins are so cute. They have round and also flower shaped sequins. So I used several of the flower shaped sequins, and I stamped in Coastal Cabana as well. So I thought that turned out really good. Now guys, I am not an expert colorist or coloring person, but I'm trying, and I did color, you know, do some shading and things, but not a whole lot, because yeah, I'm still learning. Still learning. So that's my first one. I think that turned out so pretty, but I needed more space for people to write so they can write on both sides in here. I just left that blank. Okay, so that's card number 1. Then, and I'm doing these in the order that I made them, so forgive me for that. Then the next one, I switched to winter, and this is the next one. I felt like doing some embossing. Let me move it up a little bit so you can see. And what I used here is the Snowflake Sentiments stamp set, which is in the annual catalog. You know, a lot of our holiday snowflakes went away, sadly. They retired at the end of the year. But I had gotten these Snowflake Sentiments because I had actually liked these better than the Snowflake type sentiments in the occasions the holiday catalog. But I didn't really use the sentiments except this one, wishing you a season of joy, a season of cheer, but most of all a wonderful year, because I thought that could be for the whole year, or the start of the new year. You know, I could use it next year for the start of the new year or something. I did use this little swirl, this snowflake, and this snowflake as far as stamping. So what I first did is I used my embossing buddy, this little jobby here, which has like a powdery thing, powder in it of some kind, cornstarch powder, I don't know. And I stamped with Versamark. And then I used the white embossing powder on the big snowflakes, and I just did several around. And I heat embossed them first. Then I stamped with Versamark, the smaller one, and I heat embossed that in the silver embossing powder. I did not emboss the words here, and I love these two flourishes like here. And then the little blings, this is bumped up on dimensionals. This is the polka dot Whisper White lace, which actually has some shine, like glitter to it, so I thought that went well with snowflakes. And then these little dots are these are carried over from the holiday catalog. They're frosted and clear epoxy droplets. They are still available. They're number 147801. But I like the frosted look of those. So I used 2 small ones here, 1 there, and then 2 larger ones here. And then on the inside, I used this 3 little snowflake thing, and I had this piece of white that was it almost exactly fit. I think I had to trim maybe a 1/4 inch off over here, and then I just stamped 3 and 3 on each side, so there's somewhere to write in there, but I didn't stamp any other sentiment inside. And also guys, this, I don't know if you remember this, but this is from the Stitch Seasons framelit dies. They were available for a limited time only. I think back before the holiday catalog came out, and I love them, but they're retired, but they're in the clearance rack right now. So I thought, well, you know what, I'm going to use them while I can, right? Because they're in the clearance rack. They are available to you. And look, there's even one of those little flourishes in here, like the snowflake thing, as I could have used that. But I didn't. I just stamped it. And the stamping is in Balmy Blue, and the background paper is Balmy Blue as well. So yeah, that's the Stitch Season frameless. They're on sale in the clearance rack. Don't miss out. There's, I think it's 3 sizes of those shapes, of this shape, and it's stitched. So yeah, love those. So there you have those. And then the next winter card I did, I also used the Stitch framelits. Okay, now here what I did, I used Balmy Blue, and this opens this way as well. Here I used Versamark and stamped the snowflakes in the background, but I didn't emboss them. Then I stamped the smaller snowflake in Balmy Blue on the larger, one of the larger, I guess it's a medium size Stitch Seasons framelit. This thank you actually came out of this Daisy Delight stamp set, which is in the annual, and it's beautiful thank you right here. Love that. And I put it on Whisper White with on top Balmy Blue, but I stamped it in Balmy Blue, and then I heat embossed it with clear Stampin embossed powder, so the clear, and it just made it a little darker, so I like that effect. This Stitched Seasons framelit, I actually ran through an embossing, oh gosh, did I put that away? Yeah, I ran it through the Scattered Sequins Dynamic Textured Impressions embossing folder in the annual catalog, and it made it look like little bumps, like sort of like snowdrops coming, like snow coming down, and it kind of goes, the dots go with the tulle ribbon again, both top and bottom, tucked slightly under here. But before I layered all that, I took my frost white and my water pen. No, I'm sorry, I didn't. I took the Wink of Stella and the frost white, and I did the tap 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 thing, and I don't know if you can see it, but there's little dots, like here are some, I'm trying to see if this will focus. There's one there. There's little dots of shimmer there. Oh, I lost it. There we go. There's some dots of shimmer, but they're all over the front of the card. There we can see it a little better. And then the Wink of Stella, after I cleaned that off, I really just glimmered up this whole Stitch Season framelit after I had stamped on it and embossed it, and it is really shiny. There you go, you can see that. So I like that, and on the inside I really just left that one blank. So that's the third card. Let me get these out of the way. And then I had wanted to do something with watercolor, so the next one I did use some watercolor paper, and I don't know what got into me, but I wanted to use the Animal Expedition paper for birthday, because I thought it would be cute for birthday cards, and it's sort of outside my comfort zone, because you know I mostly do flowers, butterflies, that kind of stuff. But I don't want you guys to get bored, you know, I have to show you something different. So I did use the watercolor paper, and what I did is I took, only on half of this piece really, I took Pool Party and I put water on the paper first. This is Stampin' Up! Sells watercolor paper. It's number 122959 if you're interested, and it's a nice heavyweight paper. There's a smooth side and a bumpy side, and I used the bumpy side. Anyway, I went over about half of this with Pool Party and just made it faint because I wanted it to look sort of like water, but it's maybe a little too faint. I probably should have got a little darker, but I think you can see the color difference between there and the plain paper over here. So then I got out my stitch shaped framelits, and I got the ovals out. I also got out the, no I did not on this one, I got the stitch shaped framelits out, and here's my first card. My first Animal Expedition card. I was thinking ahead to Paper Pumpkin because it's going to have something to do with Animal Expedition. So I thought, you know what, I better get in the mood for using this. And these animals are so cute. But I also have been wanting to use So Hoppy Together. Now this is a Sale-a-Bration item, which if you spend $50 or more, either from the annual catalog or the occasions catalog, this is one of the free items. It's on page 13 of the Sale-a-Bration brochure, and I use this little guy sitting down here and just the little word hey, and I stamped him on the watercolor paper, and then what I did is I actually colored him with Mossy Meadow in the Stampin' Right and Lemon Lime Twist. Hang on. Sorry. And the Lemon Lime Twist in the Stampin' Rights from the In Color 2017 to 19. So I colored him in with that, and then I did take my water brush on him too because they're dye inks, and I just sort of blended the inks because the Stampin' Rights can be a little bit streaky sometimes. So I just blended him, being careful not to get onto the mossy meadow. And then I just layered the watercolor oval, smaller oval on top, shaded spruce, which matches this. This is Lemon Lime Twist, shaded spruce, and then the designer series paper, Animal Expedition. And these little bling dots are actually Granny Apple Green. They are from the annual catalog, page 197. They're called glitter enamel dots, and here they are, but I thought they went good with it. Oh, and then over here, this little hay, I wanted it to look like the giraffe was saying it. I should have put maybe dot dot dots there or something. But I stamped the hay, put a little dot on. This is a 1/2 inch circle, and this is a 3/4 inch circle. That's just out of Whisper White, and this is out of shaded spruce. And these two are bumped up on dimensionals. No ribbon on this one, guys. Pretty easy, fun card to do. On the inside, I thought this was kind of cool because this is wild animals, right? You got a sloth, you can't see really, kangaroo, a hippo, there's the other, another sloth. You got another little froggy here and a giraffe, and I covered up something down here. But I got out I was looking for the right birthday greeting, and I couldn't really find one altogether. But I had this I bought before I became a demonstrator. It's called the Thoughtful Banners. It's still available in the annual catalog. So I pulled out the Have a, Crazy, Wild, and here's the Have a, and Birthday. So I kind of spaced it around funny. I did this on my Stamparatus on Whisper White cardstock. And then these little dragonfly guys, or whatever they are up here, little bugs, and then this little dragonfly or butterfly is down here. And I just stamped them in Lemon Lime Twist as well. So I thought that came out really cute. This is stamped in Memento black ink. Just a really cute, fun card. I love it. And I didn't think I'd like these style cards, but I really, really do love them. So the next one, I got away from Mr. Froggy, and I went more girly. And let's see, what do I want to, oh, I used that same Thoughtful Banners stamp set. I used the stitched shapes, and I used the oval, but I also used the well-written words to cut out the, let me see if I have those here. Okay, here's the stitch shapes ovals that I'm talking about, and they're in the annual catalog, Stitch Shapes Framelits dies. I can't tell what the number is right now, so sorry about that. But also I used in the Occasions catalog, let's see, the well-written framelits. And I just want to show you these because they have words. They have happy, you, thanks, baby, hooray, love, groom, bride, friend, welcome, miss, birthday, wishes, sympathy. And then they have these little flowers. I think I've shown these before. These little flowers. Oh, goodness me. See, they have 3 little flowers. They have a butterfly, a bird, an ampersand, an exclamation point, a heart, and they also have this foliage. So, and another little flower flourish, which I'll use on a different card. So I wanted to use those on these this card and the next one. Oops, 1 second. But so what I did is, this is oh gosh, Melon Mambo. This is shaded spruce, which matches the leaves in here. This is shaded spruce. This is Whisper White, which is bumped up on dimensionals. The little birdie is there. The flower, I punched out 3 of them. And then what I used to hook it together, I punched it through the oval before I put it down. I used these basic brads in the annual catalog. There's smaller and bigger ones. Let me open it up. And I used, I don't know if yeah, I do. I used this tiny little white brad, which is my last one that I have in that size, in the middle of my hand there. So there's longer ones too, but I use this tiny little one to be the center of the flower, and I just made sure it was off-centered, but it kind of turns. And I again used the glitter enamel dots in this, what is this? This is Melon Mambo, so that's the appropriate color for that. And here I just cut a strip of, I think this was, I forget the inches now, but it was like 1/2 inch and then just a little bit bigger than that. And this was actually out of the Thoughtful Banners also. That was this here, and that goes with the classic label punch, but I don't have that, so I just stamped that first in Shaded Spruce, and then I stamped the Have A in Melon Mambo, I believe. I might have stamped it in Berry Burst by accident, actually. So yeah, I think I did. It's alright, it's close enough, right? And then on the inside, I used the Well Written Words framelits dies. But what I did on here, because this is a birthday card, right? And I don't know if you can tell, this paper has these little green triangles in it. I guess they're supposed to be like trees, jungle trees or something. I don't know. But I used this little dot splatter here of the birthday background stamp, also in the annual catalog. I love background stamps. And I went all over this Whisper white paper with that background stamp in Lemon Lime Twist. And then I cut out the Happy Birthday in Shaded Spruce from the Well Written framelit dies. So I think that came out adorable, cute, and this one would be more for a girl than the other froggy one probably. And then the last one I did it a little bit in reverse. This is Lemon Lime Twist. I think this is Berry Burst because it's a little darker than the, here's the Melon Mambo, just to show you the difference. And then this is Berry Burst. So, but I actually did, one second, my cards are going to fall. I actually did use the rectangle stitched framelits for this rectangle here. And these are in the Occasions catalog on page 28. I also again used that birthday backgrounds and did the same technique as I did on the inside of the other one. But this time I punched this out in the Melon Mambo, which, excuse me. Anyway, I punched it out in the Melon Mambo because I had a scrap left. So I did the bird, I did the flower again with that same little technique. I also did a butterfly. I did the Happy Birthday, used one of the gems. This is Berry Burst Ruffled Ribbon, which is in the annual catalog. And it comes, you know, how many yards? Probably 10. Yep, 10 yards approximately. And this little bow is no longer available. That's the only thing on here that isn't. These were in the clearance rack for quite a while. They were the 2017 to 2019 in color bitty bows. I'm trying to use them up, and I had some that were in Berry Burst. So I did use one of those. I had gifted some of those away too, but I had a couple left. And then inside, I just left it blank, but I had cut out 3 more of the little flowers from the Well Written and another butterfly, and just stuck them in the corners of the card, and I think that made it really cute. I really like finishing the inside of my cards. I don't see a lot of demonstrators doing that necessarily, and before I send a card, I have to finish the inside also. So let me get all the cards back here. I'm trying to hurry because I don't want this to be super long. I want you to hop along and see the other beautifully talented individuals who are also Stampin' Up! Demonstrators. And like I said, we're going to try and add more. Let me put these back here a little bit. Uh-oh. I think I'm missing a card. Uh-oh. I'm sticking cards where they don't go. Hang on. Maybe did I only make 3? Not sure there was a... I think I lost a card because I only have 6 and I started with 7. This was the first one. How could I do that? I stuck it under something and now I can't find it. I'll be right there. Be right back. Apparently I can't count, guys, because this is it. So we have 6 cards. My apologies. This was the first one I made with the hummingbird, the 2 winter themes, and then these 3 cute cards. I really like them. Maybe my style's changing a little bit. I don't know. Or I just like a variety. So I know you can't see that it's really good. I just love that little frog. I think he's so cool. So I will try to put a list of all the products I used today down below. I'm working on getting it set up so that if you see something that you like, you can just click the link next to the item number and it'll take you right to the site where you can purchase it. I don't have that quite set up yet. I know you can do that with blogs, but I have to figure out some things first. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. Please go hop along to Misty and Joanne and see what they've done, because I'm sure it's totally different than what I've done. And like I said, their videos might be shorter because they're only required to do 1 card. I just got carried away. So I apologize to Misty and Joanne. I don't want to overshadow you guys because you do beautiful work also. And I just got carried away yesterday when I was home, not feeling good, couldn't really talk that much, that kind of stuff. Have a wonderful day, guys. This would be Sunday the 20th when you're seeing this. And until the next time, hugs, love, and peace. Bye for now.